Association benefits for federal employees and retirees. JP Shadrick with Mike Dempsey. Fred Taylor out tonight. We're at the Hyundai Studios at the Miller Electric Center in Jacksonville after a Jaguars win in overtime in Arizona. Jaguars 27, Cardinals 24. What a ball game. Jaguars overcame losing the turnover battle 4-0. And the Jags defense most of the second half found a way to hold the Cardinals out after some of those takeaways. It was just a sloppy, kind of weird football game throughout. The Jaguars find a way, though, and after the game you heard it from Andrew Wingard and others there, and you're going to hear it coming up in this show, I'm sure. The resilience of this team just found a way. It's not pretty, it's gritty, and now all of a sudden they're a game back in first place in the AFC South.
The record is pretty, all right? The result is pretty, but the way that they got there, not so much, JP. But this is one of those games I felt worse about as the week went on. I felt like this is one of those letdown opportunities, but they showed up. They did the turnovers just absolutely awful. But beyond that, they are resilient, right? They were resilient within this game to come back. The defense played much better until very late in the game, gave up the big pass play, which set things up. And honestly, wouldn't have shocked me if Arizona had gone for the win, because they're a 3-win team. So I'm glad that they settled for overtime. I'm glad that they didn't get the opportunity to do anything more in that overtime. Defense stepped up when they needed to, made just enough plays.
Jaguars get it done tonight. Trevor Lawrence, 3 touchdown passes, 3 interceptions. There was a sack fumble that was returned for a touchdown off of him as well, and a 4 turnover night for the Jags. But off those takeaways, all of the 3 interceptions in the second half, the Jags defense, after the first interception, gets a 3 and out. Lawrence hits Myers for a touchdown to go up 17-14 on the next possession. Jaguars defense gets another punt after that. Lawrence throws another interception, his second pick of the second half. Jaguars defense, 3 and out. Again, Jags have to punt. Arizona punts. Lawrence throws another pick. And then finally, Arizona breaks through to take the lead 21-17. But the Jags counter. They go right back down the field. 6 plays. Lawrence to Parker Washington for the 9-yard score to regain the lead. And then the field goal at the very end for Arizona to tie it up and send it to overtime. So, this could have gotten really out of hand, honestly, if the Jags defense doesn't hold up after some of those takeaways early in the second half. There's some situations there that if they're moving the ball and efficient and score, this game could have gotten out of reach.
Yeah, it's kind of the kind of day you felt like if the Jags go down 2 scores, it's over with. At least that's the way I felt watching it, but they never did, and they always kept it in touch. And like you said, they seemed to respond immediately. Like, okay, now we have to get something going offensively, and they were able to do that and able to counter. So, again, this is, you're not going to show up and dominate a team the way they did last week very often throughout the course of the season. Some teams don't play that well once, so you'd like to think that they could do a little bit better against a 3-win team. But again, the final tally didn't get any major injuries, it looks like, throughout the course of the game, and you came out with the win, which, by the way, we're all expecting to see the Jags in the 5th spot. Because it's a 3-way tie between the Chargers, the Bills, and Jacksonville, it goes to conference record first. So the Chargers are in the 5th spot despite the Jags head-to-head. There's a lot of time for that to work itself out down the stretch. But either way, you kept the Texans off your back. They would have leapfrogged you there in the standings. And you keep yourself with some forward momentum. And you got another very winnable road game against the 1-win Tennessee Titans coming up.
Yeah, so a lot to dissect out of this football game tonight and the scenario moving ahead for the Jaguars. It's all positive, though, because it's a winning result in overtime. Jaguars 27, Cardinals 24. Jags improved to a record of 7-4. They're a game back in the AFC South, currently the 6th seed in the AFC playoff race. We're back in a moment. We'll be out back in Arizona as well. Bucky Brooks standing by near the locker room. We'll hear from some players. Head coach Liam Cohen as well. And the Jaguars Radio Network is presented by the University of Florida, #1 university in the U.S. News and World Report's #1 state for education. This is Jaguars Postgame on Jaguars Radio.
Don't make a bad call when it comes to servicing your home. Cooling off with a baby pool in the house to fix your air conditioning problem is a bad call. Trying to catch a wave in a flooded bathroom is a bad call. Using a burning electrical panel to make s'mores is a bad call. The next time something goes wrong, make a good call to Donovan.
Whether you need air, electric, or plumbing service, Donovan is always a good call. It's why we've been trusted by our customers for almost 40 years and why you can trust us to deliver fast, reliable service to your home. Donovan, always a good call.
Visit DonovanAC.com today.
All right. It's a beautiful day for football here at the stadium, and we're just about ready for kickoff. Score 0-0. And suddenly, I'm in the mood for a Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar. Now that's a winning combo. Yeah, crisp, refreshing. That hits the spot. When it comes to great taste, Coke Zero Sugar's always on the scoreboard. Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar.
Brooks Rehabilitation is proud to be the official rehabilitation partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. We are here for them, and we are here for you. Ranked #1 physical rehabilitation hospital in Florida by U.S. News and World Report, our playbook is individualized treatment and exceptional care to get you back to living your life. Brooks has cutting-edge technology and therapy solutions in every care setting, treating sports injury, orthopedics, brain, spinal injuries, and more. Go beyond your expectations with Brooks Rehabilitation.
At G.E.H.A, we stand behind our members because we were founded by members. We're not focused on Wall Street. We're focused on Main Street. So we've built dental plans with 100% coverage for in-network preventive care, with access to a nationwide network of nearly 600,000 provider locations. G.E.H.A is proud to offer dental plans exclusively for federal employees, federal retirees, and military retirees. Visit GEHA.com to learn more.
Jaguars postgame continues. JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey from the Hyundai Studios in Jacksonville after an overtime win for the Jaguars in Arizona, 27-24. Jaguars over the Cardinals. And we'll head to the Everbank Vault. Everbank, advantage you. Make the most out of your money at everbank.com/Jaguars. Jags defense coming up big in some key moments in the second half, especially after those turnovers, to not give up much early in that second half. A big piece of that, Foyesade Oluokun tied for the team high with 10 tackles tonight. He's with Bucky Brooks Live. Bucky?
Foyesade, one, I want to congratulate you on going over 1,000 tackles. That's a major accomplishment. But just talk about everything that went into this game to get the win.
Just resiliency. Resiliency, man. I think that's kind of, put a lot of pressure on ourselves these past couple weeks to just come out and get wins, and how we look as a team. Everybody pouring into the team no matter the situation. Everybody stand up. Remember there was a clip on the sideline, the game that we lost Houston, and stuff was going awry and people looked down on the sideline. So just coming up, keeping the right energy through the game no matter what was happening. There was resiliency and everybody playing their 111, doing their little play, and just knowing that, believing that we're going to come out with the win in the end. We go back on the field, fourth quarter, late fourth quarter, going to overtime, just knowing that we going to do what we got to do to get back off the field and get the win, offense and defense. Offense went down, had a key drive. I told Trevor that's big time. However his game was looking, he went down, got a touchdown and stuff. So just resiliency. There's a way to win every game, no matter how it looks. There's a way to win it, and then we went out and did that.
Having been around this team for a long time, we talk about the character, and the character wins, culture wins, or whatever. You talked about the resilience. I talk about the bounce back of the defense, being able to stand up at the end, even when the offense is not necessarily playing the way they want to play. Talk about just having each other's back and the defense being able to take care of offense.
Yeah, it's just NFL football. You got to have each other's back in the locker room, on a unit. It's a team, no matter what's going on other side of the ball. First of all, I got their back too. We got to step up. All right, shoot. The way to win the game, get off the field, get the ball back to them, no matter what happened. They have a drive here or there. Let's bounce back. Let's get back to what we do. I'm just proud of how everybody just stuck together for real. It's a gritty win. And wins, no matter, especially with whatever the stats were today, they're not easy to come by. So it's just a way to keep growing. Obviously, when we win, we find ways to grow from it. And I don't think everybody happy is, happy.
Yeah.
But we know we can even play better, because you can't expect to win like that. But the fact that we did, it's a hell of a job.
Look, you talk about it being a great job. I'm going to say, like, there's something different in terms of the energy about this team. Just talk about some of the chemistry and the connectivity that you guys have created.
Man, it's all about us, man. Like, I'd be joking about it because, I hopped on it a lot in college. Shout out to Yale, Ivy League champions.
I was going to get to that.
Everything's about us. Like, not a lot of people came to our games, and the teams that did well really looked inward and relied on us for our own energy and our own positivity and stuff. So no matter what's going on outside the building or whatever people say, everybody believing in one another, believing in their little job that they got to do for the team, people going to shine off of that, and then we're going to celebrate it. So when things was, I don't think anybody folded today. Nobody was, everybody kept upbeat, and we knew that there was a way to win the game. Everybody just do a little job, and let's run and let's hunt. And that's kind of what you saw today.
No, it was great. And so, once again, congratulations on 1,000 tackles. Congratulations on a great win. Let's see if we can get another one next week.
Yeah, need it.
Got to have it.
Yep.
Foyesade Oluokun, Jaguars linebacker with Bucky Brooks. 10 tackles tied for the team high today with Andrew Wingard. And the Jags defense, big reason why the Jags improved to 7-4 with a 27-24 win over the Arizona Cardinals in overtime. And there's so much to get into in this football game. We'll get back to Bucky here coming up in just a little bit when he has some more players and head coach Liam Cohen. But that word's going to hit all week long, this resiliency word. That's just what they want to be, as a resilient team. And when adversity strikes, they're going to find a way to crawl through it and get to the end. That's the whole idea of what this team is.
Just win the game that's in front of you, right? And like Foyesade Oluokun said, there are opportunities throughout the course of a game to change the outcome. And despite the fact that they turned it over 4 times, Cardinals didn't turn it over at all today. The Jags never lost touch on the scoreboard, and the defense stepped up when it needed to. We talked about the offense responding when it had to, and it was just enough today. It won't be enough every day, but that we're not going to play those games today, right? You had one opponent, you took them down, and they are resilient, JP. And you start to look at where they could be right now with a very questionable call against Travis Hunter way back in the Cincinnati game on a pass interference on a 4th down. That's easily a W. And if you don't collapse in the 4th quarter against Houston, now we're talking about a team that's 9-2 and right at the top of the AFC. But because those things happen and the manner in which they lost to the Rams and the manner they got physically beat up by Seattle, people have questioned this team, and rightfully so. I'm not saying all their wins have been dominant, but they put themselves in the playoff mix. And let's not forget, this is a 4-win team that Liam Cohen and company took over, and they've nearly doubled that total already.
Yeah, again, they are number 2 in the AFC South, only a game back of Indianapolis, with 2 head-to-head matchups coming up down the stretch.
Just win next week, and it's first place on the line when they come here on December 7th.
All right, let's take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll get back to Arizona here in just a little bit. Bucky Brooks standing by with more after a Jaguars win over the Arizona Cardinals in overtime, 27-24. It's Jaguars postgame on the Jaguars Radio Network.
Hey, Duval, here's your chance to be face-to-face with the Jags as they take the field on game day. Jump in the shadows and experience the Jaguars like never before. Enter today at everbank.com/shadows for your chance to be part of the action. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the 50 United States and D.C., 18 and older. Entry periods for the sweepstakes are from 8/4/25 to 12/21/25. For official rules and complete details, visit everbank.com/shadows. Sponsor and administrator, Everbank, N.A. member FDIC.
It's a force that can't be contained, propelled by purpose, pride, and the power to protect.
When winning isn't just the mission, it's your passion. You pursue it.
You make power plays.
Aim for fences and go for end zones.
You believe that your moment is now. At Farah and Farah, we deliver game day energy 24/7.
If you've been injured, put our force to work for you. Jacksonville.
Oh, hey, welcome to gift wrapping. Whoa, Zoe Saldana.
Hey, can you wrap these, please?
Wow, iPhone 17s. You splurged.
At T-Mobile, you can get 4 iPhone 17s on them. The new center stage front camera is amazing for group selfies. It's the perfect gift for everyone.
I'm the worst. I only got my mom a robe.
Well, it's better than socks.
So I have to trade in my old phone, right?
No, at T-Mobile, there's no trade-ins needed when you switch. Keep your old phone or give it as a gift.
Incredible.
In fact, wrap up my old phone, too, for my Aunt Rosa. Forget that. Aunt Liz will be jealous.
Sounds like my family. Drama.
Oh, I got it. I'll give it to my abuela. I'll take reindeer paper with, hey, where are you going?
To T-Mobile. The holidays are better at T-Mobile. Get 4 iPhone 17s on us, no trade-in needed when you switch. Plus 4 lines for just $25 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 4 eligible board-ins on essentials for well-qualified customers. Auto pay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge credits end in balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 256 gigabytes, $830 required. Visit T-Mobile.com.
It is Jaguars postgame brought to you by G.E.H.A, Government Employees Health Association. Benefits for federal employees and retirees. JP Shadrick with Mike Dempsey from the Hyundai Studios. No Fred Taylor tonight. Jaguars, an overtime winner in Arizona, 27-24. It wasn't pretty. There were 4 giveaways from the Jaguars tonight. A sack fumble off Lawrence, returned for a touchdown. That was the first one in the first half. And then 3 Lawrence interceptions in the second half. And the Jaguars' defense on 2 of those got 3 and outs on the ensuing possession, which was a huge play, obviously, by the Jaguars' defense there. The Arizona got it at their 20 after that first interception. They got it at the Jaguars' 39 after the second interception, and still had to punt it away and lost 8 yards on the drive. After that third interception, though, they did get a touchdown to take the lead. Jaguars bounced back offensively and got down the field to regain the lead right away. So it was that kind of just back and forth wild game out in the desert today, and the Jaguars now are 7-4. And let's dig into this offensive performance a little bit today, Mike, as we wait on Liam Cohen to visit with Bucky Brooks. We'll hear from the Jags head coach coming up here in just a little bit. The ground game, a little slow starting today. The first half didn't really run it a whole lot, but Etienne ends up with 15 for 86 today, 5.7 per carry. Tootin didn't get as much run today, 7 for 17. And you know what? In some moments there was that early touchdown drive where Etienne was key in the first half. And then in the second half, when they needed to, they got some runs and got some play.
Yeah, with the Etienne, 2 plays stand out to me. Beyond the touchdown, on that drive, he burst out of the pack for the long run to kind of set that drive up that helped to pick up a big chunk of yardage. And he did it again when the Jags were backed up deep in their own territory late in the football game. He had one where it looked like all the massive humanity was around him, and boom, he came popping out of the middle right there. I heard the guys, particularly Jeff Loggeman, praising him for his trustworthiness, hanging on to the football. He has been very tough this year, and to average 5.7 a carry because it didn't start great, and added 3 for 30 in the passing game. Big contributions there.
Now, back to the passing game and Trevor Lawrence, and we've touched on the interceptions and the fumble. It's 4 giveaways, but Lawrence also threw 3 touchdown passes. One of those in the first half to Etienne, the 15-yarder. Then he found Myers in the third quarter for 10 yards to give the Jags a 17-14 lead. And then the pass to Washington, 9-yard touchdown, sliding back of the end zone to give the Jags a lead again, 24-21. Yeah, there were some bad moments today, but there were also a lot of key throws and big moments as well.
It's kind of the Trevor Lawrence experience, let's be honest. Right? I mean, it's the ups and downs that you kind of live with, but it made more plays and key moments than he made mistakes today. At least he was able to overcome them with the help from his defense and some timely stops. I thought that the throw to Etienne for the touchdown was pretty simple. The one to Myers was not. He was backpedaling and got a lot on the ball. I don't think a lot of quarterbacks would have gotten that much on the ball. It wasn't Trevor's tightest spiral, but it got to his man despite the fact that he had all the momentum working against him. And then the Parker Washington touchdown was just beautifully led him to an open space there. And Parker did a great job knowing his job to go down and get that. But all that said, they don't win the game without Brenton Strange today. Brenton Strange, huge. Every time you popped up, you needed a play to move the sticks, whatever. He was targeted 5 times. He caught all of them, averaged 18.6 yards of reception, 93 yards on those 5 grabs. And, just his physical presence helps set the tone as well.
Career high 93 yards today as well. And, he looked well rested, I think, in this game. So
he's itching to put a stick on somebody out there. And, look, I'm sure Trevor Lawrence just loves having him back as that outlet valve. We use that safety blanket term all the time, but he was his most frequently hooked up with pass catcher early in the season, and wouldn't doubt that he becomes that again.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Jaguars radio network. Jaguars win it in overtime in Arizona, 27-24. Back in a moment. We'll hear from Jaguars head coach Liam Cohen live with Bucky Brooks out at State Farm Stadium. Jaguars improved to a record of 7-4, second place in the AFC South, one game back of the Indianapolis Colts, and currently the number 6 seed in the AFC playoff race. This is Jaguars postgame on Jaguars Radio.
At G.E.H.A, we stand behind our members because we were founded by members. So with 0 shareholders to mind, we keep our members in mind by offering a health plan for every stage of life. Plus, hearing and fitness discounts. At G.E.H.A, one thing is clear. Your health isn't our business. It's our purpose. That's why we've been trusted by millions of federal employees and retirees across the country since 1937. Visit GEHA.com to find your federal health plan.
Hi, it's Sam Kavaris. You might know that Echo East Coast Transportation is the official transportation provider of the Jaguars. I've been a client of theirs for more than 30 years because they're from here and they're Jaguar fans too. So if you're looking for prearranged transportation, from the simple to the complex, call them at 904-631-5466 or find them online at ectjax.com and use the code SAM in the special instructions box for your 15% Jaguars discount. And if you want to talk Jaguars, they can do that too.
NFL fans, when it's time to get Jaguars tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Jaguars.
Black Friday is here, and your local Ford dealer is kicking off the holiday season with great offers. Now's the time to take home the legendary Ford F-150, the truck at the top of everyone's list, or Ford Expedition, an SUV with room for all your passengers and presents. And if you're ready for big holiday thrills, unwrap the Built Wild Bronco SUV. Start your holidays in a new Ford. The Black Friday sales event ends December 1st. See your local Ford dealer today.
It's game time, Jaguars fans. This season, feed your fandom with the Jaguars sub from Publix, the official supermarket of your Jacksonville Jaguars. Wow! Sink your teeth into crispy chicken tenders, boar's head bacon, melted cheddar, sweet coleslaw, and smoky barbecue mayo, all stacked on a fresh white roll. Taste the hype only at Jacksonville Publix locations. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
RingCentral will completely transform the way you work. It gives you built-in AI across all your business conversations. Your phone system has an AI receptionist that answers calls 24/7. Your video meetings have AI that takes notes instantly. Even your contact center has AI, so you can help customers faster. It all comes together in one reliable platform for effortless AI communications. See for yourself at ringcentral.com. RingCentral, voice of your business.
Welcome back. It is Jaguars postgame presented by G.E.H.A. JP Shadrick with Mike Dempsey. No Fred Taylor tonight. Jaguars an overtime winner. 27-24 the final score in Arizona. Despite 4 giveaways, the Jaguars defense resilient for the better part of that second half, and the Jags find a way offensively in key moments to answer down the stretch as well. And now the Jags are 7-4. They've won back-to-back games, 3 of 4 after the bye week. And it's time now for the head coach interview presented by G.E.H.A. Government Employees Health Association. Benefits for federal employees and retirees. We head back to Arizona. Bucky Brooks is standing by with head coach Liam Cohen. Bucky?
Coach, thoughts on a great win on the road?
Yeah, Bucky, it was up and down. We started pretty fast, and we're executing at a high level. Got a little bit uncomfortable based on some of the things they were doing to us on third down and creating some problems that we needed to adjust and fix. And then, hey, look, ebbs and flows of a game, up and down, and our guys stuck with it. Got it to overtime and came up with a huge kick and a big drive, and we got to stop, and that's just the name of the game.
It is the name of the game. Coach, I think what's so interesting, we've talked a few times, you talked about learning how to win. And sometimes there's an expectation in the league that you're playing a team that you're supposed to beat, there's going to be a blowout. But the league is a one-score game. Talk about how you had to settle the team down in the second half because there was this internal pressure, I felt like, at halftime.
Yeah, I was in 2020 and with the Rams, we're pretty darn good. We lost to the 0-13 Jets. So there's not much parity in this league, right? Everybody's pretty darn good. And any given Sunday, anybody can do anything. This is the same team that, was beating the Indianapolis Colts for the majority of a football game, right? And we're on the road after a huge win. And, yeah, you want to play clean, right? You want to continue to play well because you just did. And there was a lot of really good things. But at halftime, we came in, nobody was tripping, nobody was freaking out. We went down the field, bang, 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 bang. And we get a tip pick on the 6-yard line going in to score. And so, hey, that's the game. That's the way it goes. I was proud of our guys staying the course, proud of our coaches continuing to stay the course, and 3-0 on the West Coast.
One of the things that stood out to me, Trevor Lawrence has 4 turnovers, but there's a moment where the quarterback can either pull it back or he can let it rip. And it seemed like you were encouraging him to still let it rip because you didn't change and scale back the play call.
Not at all. Even Trevor coming off the field after a few of those turnovers, like he never once was like, I'm not seeing it great or I'm not throwing it great. Like he felt great. He felt very good. And I'll be honest, I thought he threw it really well. Mm-hmm. There was just those couple of those plays. I mean, the tip pick, Buddha makes an unbelievable play on the 3rd and 8. He's playing in between the two guys. We got everybody sitting at the sticks. Trevor throws it. Buddha goes and makes an unbelievable play, okay? Earlier on the 3rd down, kind of forced one in there when the linebacker picked it off in the middle. So we put our defense into some poor positions early on, especially with those turnovers. But I was very proud of Trevor in the overtime making that throw. He signaled that to Parker. He signaled that route to Parker. They talked about it in the huddle. He had the option to run a slant or a hitch or a fade based on how it is pressed. They got on the same page. They were confident and made a huge play.
One of the things you talk about the confidence, there does appear to be some growing confidence in the passing game, namely with Jakobi Meyers and Parker Washington. Those guys the last couple of weeks have made a ton of critical plays. Just talk about how the passing game is growing with the wide receivers on the outside.
Yeah, a lot of trust going. There is. You can see it. It happens in practice. Thursday when we did our Mamba period, 2 of the 3 plays were Jakobi Meyers over the middle and Parker Washington winning a one-on-one in man coverage completion. And that carried into this week again. And growing confidence and chemistry in the pass game, having trust that these guys are going to go and make plays when the ball's in the air, and, being on time and in rhythm. I thought he did cut it loose and let it rip a lot, and we turned it over a few times, but that's the name of the game.
Last thing, I can't let you go without talking about the defense, and the defense being able to make some adjustments at halftime, more aggressive, more man-to-man, sticky coverage.
That's right.
And it really showed up because it changed the rhythm that Jacoby Brissett was in.
It did. We were able to get a little bit stickier, as you mentioned. We put the defense in some really bad spots offensively numerous times, short fields, and we held them the field goal a few times. So they only gave up 10 points defensively in the first half, really. And they were moving it, but I thought Camp and the defensive staff did a great job in the players of kind of executing the plan in the second half, getting a little stickier, bringing a little bit more pressure when we needed to. And Campy had some real critical calls in the second half.
Well, look, man, it was a great win on the road. Got an opportunity to go on the road next week and get another one. Looking forward to seeing what it looks like.
Huge. I appreciate it, Bucky.
Cool.
Liam Cohen, Jaguars head coach with Bucky Brooks in Arizona. Jaguars a winner in overtime, 27-24. Jags now 7-4. And, just find a way each and every week.
Absolutely. Just keep marching along. That's all you can do. Other teams are winning, losing, falling by the wayside, and they control it all. Win the games, particularly the ones that you have a better record than your opponent. You're going to find yourself in the postseason. You're certainly going to find yourself, if you win next week, playing for first place in short order.
Time now for the Kingfish Pest Control defensive play of the game. There were some to choose from in those possessions after those giveaways, certainly, when the Jaguars defense was up against it. We'll go with the last play of the game. In overtime, the fourth down deep heave by Brissett, knocked away on the back end. Andrew Wingard, Christian Braswell, both combined on that pass defense at the end of the game. That is the Kingfish Pest Control defensive play of the game. Let the pros tackle the pests in your home. Go to kingfishpest.com. That's kingfishpest.com. Back with final stats, much more ahead. After a Jaguars win in overtime in Arizona, it's Jaguars postgame on the Jaguars Radio Network.
The Jaguars bring performance, strength, and passion to every play. And you'll find the same when you bank with EverBank. Open an EverBank Performance Savings account and score serious savings. See what you could earn at everbank.com/Jaguars. EverBank, advantage you. Member FDIC and the official bank of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So, then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Dad, light's green.
Oh, right.
Oh, what fun it is to save on the entire Toyota lineup at Toyotathon. Get $1,000 holiday bonus cash on certain new Toyota vehicles. Offer valid through December 1st, 2025. Offer entitles $1,000 holiday bonus cash on the retail purchase or lease of certain new and untitled 2025 and 2026 Toyota vehicles. This offer is valid when combined with special APR and special lease programs or with standard retailer lease rate programs. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
Jaguars postgame presented by G.E.H.A. continues. J.P. Shadrick with Mike Dempsey. Fred Taylor out tonight. We're at the Hyundai Studios in Jacksonville after an overtime win. Jaguars over the Cardinals 27-24. Jags now 7-4. Cardinals fall to a record of 3-8. And let's get an EverBank stats check, and we'll take a look at the team statistics tonight to get it going. The Jaguars outgaining Arizona 371 to 326. That certainly was not the case early in the game. Arizona had most of the possession time in the first half. Then the second half, the Jaguars' defense, until that final drive or so, was in control, and the Jags' offense was out there a good bit. Rushing yardage, 134 on the ground for the Jaguars, 55 rushing yards for Arizona. Passing net yards, 271 for the Cardinals, 237 for the Jags. First downs, 25 for Arizona, 18 for Jacksonville. Third down conversions, the Jaguars were 3 of 11. Oof. Arizona 5 of 16. Penalties, 7 for 60 yards against the Jags, 7 for 53 yards against the Cardinals. Of course, the turnovers, Jaguars had 4 of those. And time of possession in favor of Arizona, they had it for 37 minutes and change. The Jaguars just under 29 minutes in the game. The turnovers usually, as Jeff Lageman said right at the end of the game, I mean, that's a 97% chance of losing most games, but they somehow found a way today to overcome 4 giveaways.
Was that the official number? I would think it's like 99.
I would thought it'd be more than that.
Right? I mean, you lose it by 4 turnovers, and you win the football game. Pretty amazing. Trevor Lawrence's individual numbers, 18 of 30, 256 passing, average 8.5 yards per attempt, 3 touchdowns. The 3 picks, he did lose the fumble, sacked 3 times, an overall passer rating of 81.4. Jacoby Brissett handled all but 1 attempt as he left the field briefly due to injury. Not quite the numbers from last week, but pretty good. 33 of 49, 317. The 1 touchdown, he was sacked 6 times by the Jags, however, and a passer rating of 92. Travis Etienne led the way on the ground, 15 carries for 86 yards. Michael Carter, the leading rusher for Arizona, They only had 55 as a team on 20 carries, so great job. Carter had 28 of those. Brenton Strange, the leading receiver for Jacksonville, 5 for 93. Touchdown receptions by Parker Washington, Jacoby Myers, and Travis Etienne. Michael Wilson, back-to-back 100-yard games, back-to-back double-digit reception games. He had 10 to go with his 15 last week, good for 118. Trey McBride, I said this week, JP, if they hold him to like 8 for 80, that's a good job. 9 for 79, I'll take that as well. Greg Dortch with the lone touchdown grab there for Arizona. And then defensively, Dewey Wingard with 11 total tackles, 8 of those solo. A lot of tackles for loss by this Jaguar team today. 11 of those now. You get credited with a tackle for loss when you get a sack, but that's a lot of work getting done in the Arizona backfield. 1.5 sacks for Dennis Gardeck, 1.5 sacks for Devin Lloyd, sack for Josh Hines-Allen, another sack for Devon Hamilton, sack for Antonio Johnson in this game. So the Jaguar defense making some big plays. Big kickoff return from Bajal Tutin of 39 yards. It was the only kick return in the game, but it helped the Jags set up in good field position there. A couple of punt returns by Parker Washington, including a long of 43. So, again, getting work done in the return game. Cam Little 2 for 2 on his field goals. They were critically important in this contest. And 2 punts for Logan Cook that averaged 48 yards.
Yeah, one more note on that defense. And, yeah, they hit Brissett, or hit the opposing quarterback, but mostly Brissett, 15 times in the game. 15 quarterback hits.
That's
they
a
were
bunch.
all over the backfield.
Devin Lloyd had 5. Gardeck had 4. You know he loved doing it against his old team.
Oh, you see him dancing out.
No doubt. And,
Calais
Calais had a couple of quarterback hits today and a half sack. We love the mayor. Don't love him when he's playing against us, but only, 5 times as often as Trevor dropped back to throw, which was 30 attempts today. He was only hit 5 times, so pretty good job by the O-line.
Absolutely. And let's hear from Trevor Lawrence now with the media in Arizona via Jaguars.com live.
It's obviously defense stepped up and made huge plays all day and had our back when we put them in some tough spots, but the other 10 guys out there with me, they had my back. They made huge plays up front. We did a great job. We ran the ball well on the perimeter. Receivers made a lot of, critical plays on third down all day. So it's just, it's a team game, and you can't ever make it all about yourself, whether you're playing really well or you make some mistakes. And I think I've learned that throughout my career, and just keep playing.
2 touchdowns. Can you walk us through what you saw to Myers and then also Parker?
Yeah, to Jacoby, we had a concept on that we really like, and then they ended up bringing cover 0, so I had to just basically retreat and throw it early to a spot, and then Jacoby did a great job of he had inside leverage, which wasn't great for the route he was running. He ended up beating the leverage, turning the guy around, and kind of shielded him off and made a play. So it was just good ball, being able to beat the cover 0, then him making a great play on the ball. Yeah, Parker's was great. We had a man beater on, and he just kept playing. The guy actually undercutted and tried to make a good play on the ball, and Parker just kept fighting to kind of get back over top, and then I just put it kind of low in a way where he could go make a play, and he came up with it. So played awesome all day. Parker made some huge plays, and a lot of guys on offense. Guys stepped up when we needed it.
Strange back, how much of a lift was that?
Huge. Obviously you see the big plays he made, and just having him out there. Missed having him out there, and I know he's happy to be back, so he said that in the locker room. But it's huge having him back, and we'll keep building on it. Obviously, it's the first week, but you see the impact he made, and just keep continuing to get better, all of us.
Why are you guys winning these games? We talked so much last year, couldn't win them. 5 of them, I think, now. 2 overtime games on the road. Just hasn't happened a lot around here to win those games. Why do you think it's happened?
I think just the belief we have in our team, in the locker room. And like I said, I think we've grown from some of the tough losses too over the season. We've had some tough losses too. Like you said, we've won a lot of the close ones, but we've also had some close losses. So I think you learn from it, and you learn that in the NFL every week it's a week-to-week league. You got a week-to-week league, and you got to play well. And then all these games are going to be close. So you just got to find a way to finish. So it doesn't matter what happened the first 3 quarters of the game. You just got to find a way to win it in the fourth, and I think we're learning that, and we're doing a good job of that, and we just got to keep doing it.
Trevor Lawrence, Jaguars quarterback, with the media live in Arizona after Jaguars win in overtime, 27-24. Back in a moment, Brian Sexton will step in with us. We'll get the Jaguars Radio Network Player of the Game voting and the injury report coming up, and of course we'll look to next week when the Jaguars play the Titans. It's all to come on Jaguars Postgame on Jaguars Radio.
Jags fans, this season make your game day even tastier with Al's Pizza in the stadium, and then you can enjoy even more with the Al's Pizza Pickoff promo after the game. When the Jaguars get 2 interceptions in one game, you'll score 50% off one pizza, any size you want, for 48 hours after the game. Just tell them you want the Jags Pick promo when you order. Up your game and your pizza with Al's at the stadium or any of their 5 locations.
Frank Frangie here. When you want barbecue in Jacksonville, you want Bono's Pit Barbecue. You can find Bono's locations all around town and on game day at Everbank Stadium because Bono's is the official barbecue of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Over 70 years of authentic Southern Pit Barbecue. We are the local barbecue joint in BBQval for generations of people in Jacksonville. Go to bonosbarbecue.com to learn more or call 904-880-8310 today. And remember, if you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
Jaguars fans, are you ready to beat the heat? All season long, head to Mr. Chubby's Wings in Ponte Vedra Beach, Fleming Island, and the West Side to cheer on your Jags. And here's the game-changing play. Order the Beat the Heat Special, which includes 12 of the best wings in town, and score a free milkshake or ice-cold milk in the Jaguars Souvenir Cup. Thanks to our friends at Florida Dairy Farmers. Fuel up, cool down, and celebrate your Jaguars with Mr. Chubby's Wings and Florida Dairy Farmers, the ultimate game day team.
Don't make a bad call when it comes to servicing your home. Cooling off with a baby pool in the house to fix your air conditioning problem is a bad call. Trying to catch a wave in a flooded bathroom is a bad call. Using a burning electrical panel to make s'mores is a bad call. The next time something goes wrong, make a good call to Donovan.
Whether you need air, electric, or plumbing service, Donovan is always a good call. It's why we've been trusted by our customers for almost 40 years and why you can trust us to deliver fast, reliable service to your home. Donovan, always a good call.
Visit DonovanAC.com today.
Jaguars postgame brought to you by G.E.H.A. Jaguars win in overtime in Arizona 27-24 to improve to 7-4. Back-to-back wins now for the Jags. They've won 3 of 4 since the bye week, and they're one back in the AFC South, currently the 6th seed in the AFC playoff race. J.P. Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, and Brian Sexton joins us now in the Hyundai Studios.
Hello.
Hey, man. Wow, yeah, exhale, right? One of those days today.
Well, listen, second overtime game in the last month, and just like the last one, it came down to someone sticking a hand up and knocking the ball away at the end. So it was a hey, someone pulled out the Cardiac Cats reference yet? I mean,
I think Frank did at the end.
Yeah, I mean, it just feels like a couple of those teams in the early years where you just held your breath until the very end. But it was fun. I mean, the NFL loves it.
It was fun at times.
Yeah.
I think it was
fun.
good. It's fun now.
Yeah, I can't even remember the bad moments. So let's go through them again.
All right.
We've been through them enough already. It is time for the Jaguars Radio Network Player of the Game voting. I get a vote. Mike gets a vote. Usually Fred Taylor gets a vote and a half to break any deadlocks. But you can also run a 4-3, so we'll give you the vote now.
I can run 10 yards in 4.3 seconds. You're right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, right.
Throw a ham sandwich out there. I'll go get it fast, too. So I'll start it off tonight. And, it's tough because the quarterback, he had 4 giveaways. It's not going to be him tonight. But there were some key contributors in the passing game. Brenton Strange was one of those. 5 catches, a career-high 93 yards. But Parker Washington's impact is being felt on multiple levels. 5 catches, 71 yards, that sliding touchdown that he and Trevor were on the same page, making the check at the line. That's a huge moment in the game, and he's key in special teams too. So I'll go with Parker.
Yeah, I think he's a good choice. I think you could also, if you're going to mention defense, Devin Lloyd I thought was all around the football today. But I will stick on offense, and I'll go with Travis Etienne here, who, took on a big burden for this team today with 18 touches, had 3 catches for 30 yards in the touchdown, had the big run early that kind of got that whole drive going. It was a 6-play, 97-yard drive thanks to his 45-yard run, averaged 5.7 yards a carry. Had another one of those where he popped out of the pack when they were deep in their own end there, Brian, late in the game. So I thought Travis Etienne was a reliable guy that they could go to, and I'm glad they could go to him a little bit more in the second half than they did in the first.
I totally agree with both of those. I'm going to go with Washington. I'm going to side with you and make him the player of the game for the reasons that you mentioned, but also the 25-yard catch on the first play of overtime where he went up and over to grab it.
Yeah.
And you heard Liam Cohen talking post-game about how that was an adjustment between the quarterback and Parker. He's become as important a player as any on this offense. I mean, Brenton Strange obviously returned today and gave them a lot. Where would they be without Parker Washington? So he is the Jaguars Radio Network player of the game.
He certainly is.
Very
Parker
dramatic.
Washington, 7 targets, 5 catches, 71 yards, a touchdown. And in the punt return game as well, 2 for 43 yards. He had 2 fair catches as well, but a 43-yard return that set up the Lawrence to Myers touchdown third quarter.
Which was a beautiful throw, by the way.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
And, but Parker Washington is the Jaguars Radio Network player of the game. And from the backyard to the beaches, the Ford F-150 with available Pro Power on board gives you the power of a mobile generator. Ford, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. See your local Ford dealer today. UF Health Injury Report when we return. Jags an overtime winner, 27-24 over the Arizona Cardinals. And it's Jaguars postgame on Jaguars Radio.
At G.E.H.A, we stand behind our members because we were founded by members. We're not focused on Wall Street. We're focused on Main Street. So we've built dental plans with 100% coverage for in-network preventive care, with access to a nationwide network of nearly 600,000 provider locations. G.E.H.A is proud to offer dental plans exclusively for federal employees, federal retirees, and military retirees. Visit GEHA.com to learn more.
What's Here is a place that generations have trusted to help their kids grow up healthy and strong. What's Here are caregivers with knowledge and expertise rivaling any children's hospital in the world. What's Here is the only Level 1 pediatric trauma center in our region. What's Here is Wolfson Children's Hospital with the technology, research, and dedication to save and change countless young lives. Wolfson Children's, always here. Visit wolfsonchildrens.com.
The stadium bathroom line. It's like TSA and the DMV merged in the waters of rush hour traffic, and you're in it. No closer to the bathroom than you were 5 minutes ago. Just closer to, well, going to the bathroom. You know what actually takes a minute? Pre-ordering an Uber so no one drives impaired after the game. Take a minute, make a plan. Never drive impaired. Go to takeaminutenow.com. From Diageo, Mad, Uber, and the NFL. Please drink responsibly.
Hi, it's Sam Kavaris. Just like the best players to ever wear the Jaguars black and teal, Echo East Coast Transportation is reliable when it counts. As the team's official transportation provider, they've been getting the Jaguars players, staff, and executives where they need to be, safely and on time, for more than a decade, with the newest vehicles and professional drivers. Call them at 904-631-5466 or find them online at ectjax.com and use the code SAM in the special instructions for your 15% Jaguars discount.
Jags fans, this season make your game day even tastier with Al's Pizza in the stadium, and then you can enjoy even more with the Al's Pizza Pickoff promo after the game. When the Jaguars get 2 interceptions in one game, you'll score 50% off one pizza, any size you want, for 48 hours after the game. Just tell them you want the Jags Pick promo when you order. Up your game and your pizza with Al's at the stadium or any of their 5 locations.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey ham, melted cheddar and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Jaguars postgame continues, presented by G.E.H.A. J.P. Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, Fred Taylor out tonight. Brian Sexton is in with us in the Hyundai Studios after Jags win in overtime 27-24 over the Cardinals. And the injury report is presented by UF Health, the proud healthcare partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. A couple minor things in the game. Walker Little in the second quarter came back in the third quarter. And Chuma Edoga with a calf issue, the offensive lineman. Don't think he returned. Parker Washington in the fourth quarter, was out for a moment, came back in. Certainly, he was key in the game. Danny Strigo with a knee issue, but apparently put a brace on and returned to action as well. Those are the notables tonight. Of course, coming into the game, Jordan Lewis still battling his neck injury. The cornerback, Brian Thomas Jr.'s ankle. Not sure what's going on there. Let's see what that's like week to week. He hasn't played in a couple weeks. Anton Harrison, the right tackle, still is down again tonight. So those are a few of the regular contributors that and Trayvon Walker, certainly on the defensive line.
So you're saying it can get better.
Right. None of those are season-ending from what we understand.
Yeah.
So in the coming weeks, maybe you'll have some guys return to full health as well.
I enjoyed watching Strigo play. Hey, I mean, I don't know how good he can be, but he's one of those guys who plays with great effort. Reminds me of a guy who used to play here named Rob Meyer. He didn't play with the power of Meyer. He's got more quickness around the edge, but he's just all effort all the way. And he's a nice guy to have in the rotation. You'd like to have Trayvon out there and 92 giving him a spell.
Yeah, Rob, best 7th-round pick in team history.
Without a doubt.
In my book. I mean, phenomenal player. But, yeah, Strigo's one of those guys who just leaves it all out there on the field, which, not that he doesn't do it every week, because I think Gardeck plays that way as well, but to see him have that success, it's fun. Going back, you're amped up playing against the team that you used to play for so long. And for him to come out with a sack and a half today, making big plays, that was awesome.
How about 6 sacks for this defense
it
today?
Was 15 quarterback hits.
Yeah, that's
with
a
no
good sign.
Trayvon.
With no Trayvon.
Yeah. Now, this is a team you can get, but that doesn't guarantee you anything. You still got to go out there and make plays. And they did it. You get Trayvon back hopefully very, very soon. And, maybe we won't need him against Tennessee. I'm not going to, who knows? It's the NFL. Funny things happen.
It'll be interesting to see, how these guys get back to the practice field this week. It's kind of a funky week with the Thanksgiving Day schedule. But you hope, you hope by the time the Colts roll around, you've got Trayvon and Jordan Lewis.
Jordan Lewis is big.
Back out there to help. And, I felt bad for Christian Braswell. He bit on that double move and gave up a 31-yard completion to Michael Wilson at the end. He'd played so solid up until that point.
But he was there for the help pass breakup with Dewey Winger.
It was great to see him come back and redeem himself.
And it was nice that the flag was left in the pocket on that one. That's I'm not saying I saw a foul. I'm just saying.
Listen, just because you didn't see it doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Right. I'm just saying had it been thrown, it wouldn't have shocked me in that circumstance. And then you're talking first and goal.
How about credit to the officials today for pulling the flag on Devin Lloyd?
Yes.
They deserve credit for that because it was so clear that he made contact. And that there are plenty of officials that wouldn't do that.
Which is ridiculous because he was clearly in bounds. You do not pull up on that play. Devin Lloyd did the absolute right thing. And almost, you get a free shot on the quarterback. He almost knocked him out for the day, as it turned out. Yeah. And Devin Lloyd did the absolute right thing. And I was so glad to see that happen because it was so blatant that he was still in bounds when he made that play. That's fine. You want to reach the ball. You can do all those things, but you are a runner. And Devin Lloyd reminded him of that.
Certainly did. We're back in a moment, and we'll take a look at next week. The Jaguars head to Music City, USA to face the Tennessee Titans. We'll preview that divisional matchup in a moment. It's Jaguars Postgame on the Jaguars Radio Network.
Hey, Duval, here's your chance to be face-to-face with the Jags as they take the field on game day. Jump in the shadows and experience the Jaguars like never before. Enter today at everbank.com/shadows for your chance to be part of the action. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the 50 United States and D.C., 18 and older. Entry periods for the sweepstakes are from 8/4/25 to 12/21/25. For official rules and complete details, visit everbank.com/shadows. Sponsor and administrator, Everbank, N.A. member FDIC.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with AutoPay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 in monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
To aim higher, run faster. It's what elite athletes do. Always strive for better. At UF Health, we have that same DNA to not just treat a stroke, but to create a fleet of mobile stroke treatment units. To not just do research, but to use AI to save lives with one of the most powerful supercomputers in academia. We believe, like athletes, that human progress has no finish line. UF Health, National Medical Center for Team USA.
Jaguars postgame brought to you by G.E.H.A, Government Employees Health Association. Benefits for federal employees and retirees. JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, and Brian Sexton from the Hyundai Studios. After a Jaguars overtime win in Arizona, 27-24. Wild win today. Jaguars overcame 4 giveaways and got the job done in overtime. And some key moments in the second half for the Jags defense off those giveaways to get a couple 3-and-outs to keep this game within one score and within reach, and then some answers by the Jags offense late in big moments when it mattered as well.
Just to kind of play off a point you made earlier, I went back and looked at my notes. Jack Del Rio used to keep track of the percentage of win and loss based on takeaway giveaway ratio, and when you were +3, you won 97% of the time. When you were +4, you won 99.4% of the time. Now, I don't know how those numbers have changed over the years. I'm sure analytically
probably not that much.
Someone can. And I don't know if the reverse is true, but it's less than 1%, right? If I would guess if you have 4 giveaways and no takeaways.
Right.
It's a remarkable achievement. And the defense had those 4 straight drives to start the second half where they forced them to punt. And 2 of those were after interceptions. They forced them to punt. I thought the defense played very well today.
Yeah, when the offense wasn't giving them a whole lot of opportunities to, they stood up when they need. Now, obviously, in the last of the regulation there, the Jags go for it on 4th down, going in, trying to put the game away, can't get it, and they chunk the ball down the field there a little bit, but then they hold them up to a field goal to send it to overtime at least.
Well, listen, and a little bit of admiration for Jacoby Brissett, who's a seasoned veteran and did a pretty good job under intense pressure of finding his guys. What did Wilson have? 10 catches, McBride, 9 catches. I mean, they don't have a lot to work with, but he found a way to create some problems for the Jaguars defense, but they had answers when they needed it.
Well, the Jaguars have now won 3 of 4 since the bye week and improved to a record of 7-4. And now it is on to Tennessee to face the Titans for the first time this season. Divisional play coming up. 4 division games over the last 6 games of the season. 2 against the Titans, 2 against the Colts, the Jets and Broncos in there for good measure as well. But next week at Nissan Stadium, Nashville, 1 o'clock Sunday. All right, it was a long time there for the Jaguars. It didn't matter what kind of team they took up there. Tennessee was winning, and Tennessee was the dominant team in the division. Times have changed. They only have 1 win this season. They have an interim head coach in Mike McCoy. They've got a number 1 pick quarterback, and there's a lot of change going on in Tennessee.
Well, they started the season with Tyler Lockett and Calvin Ridley as their top 2 receivers, and neither one of them is playing. I mean, Lockett's playing
in Las Vegas,
and Ridley is done for the season. It looks like Cam Ward is basically running around and trying to make you run the wrong way and throw the ball, right? I mean, I watched him today. He just seems like a little crazy.
Yeah, the weapon they have, JP and I were talking about earlier today, is Chimere Dike, the rookie out of Florida, who by default is their number 1 wide receiver right now, and he is probably the biggest challenger to Parker Washington for All-Pro return honors. He took one back 90 today. That's his second on, I think, 12 punt returns this year that he's taken to the house. He leads the league in kickoff returns, and as JP pointed out, and they're having a lot of kickoffs because they're giving up a lot of scores. And he's absolutely right. But he has been a weapon, and he's developed as a receiver. And but that's about it.
Yeah,
I mean, there's not much they
Jeffrey
have.
Simmons
Jeffrey
on
Simmons, of course,
he's a tremendous player.
Yeah, he's
but
phenomenal.
He can't do it all on his own.
Quiet game today, but he is a wrecking force in the middle of that defensive line.
They're wasting the best years of his career.
Yeah, so we'll see another test for the Jaguars. Go handle that kind of competition on the road. That was kind of a little bit of the idea coming in today. Arizona showing that, you know what? They've been a resilient team, too, considering everything going on out there, all the injuries they've been battling. They've had a lot of close games this year. I think 6 one-score games that they've lost. I mean, so they've been in it. Jaguars find a way to win it. Now it's on to Tennessee, division rival on the road. They stink. Jaguars think they're good. Go prove you're good.
I like the way you said that.
Yeah.
When we're talking about the Titans, I always like to hear that. They stink.
It's true.
Yep.
I mean, that's what they are.
do.
Although they
And they
lost
knew
to
they were
Seattle
going to.
today by 6.
Yeah.
Jags lost to them by 8.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's still the NFL.
Yeah.
There's a huge game awaiting the Jags when they come home on December 7th. They cannot look past this football team.
Listen, if they didn't learn that today,
Hope so.
I'm not sure anybody can explain it to them.
This team also, the Tennessee, their one win came against the Cardinals. So they're also.
There you go.
There you go. Got that much in common.
Comes full circle. That'll do it for Jaguars postgame. For those on our flagship station, stick around. We'll have the Scoreboard show next. We'll dig deeper into this one. A Jaguars win today in Arizona, 27-24, the final score in overtime. Jags now 7-4. For our entire crew, Bucky Brooks back in Arizona, Mike Dempsey, Brian Sexton, I'm J.P. Shadrick saying good night. Final score for the final time in overtime. Jaguars 27. Cardinals 24 on the Jaguars Radio Network.
Welcome to the Jaguars Scoreboard Show. J.P. Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, and Bucky Brooks will take your calls about today's game and take a look at the rest of the league. The Jaguars Scoreboard Show is brought to you by Farrah and Farrah, Whataburger, the University of Florida, and by Everbank. The Jaguars Scoreboard Show starts right now.
Scoreboard.
I didn't time it well last week, so I waited this time.
Was my mic on?
It's on.
Was I supposed to say that?
Yes.
Okay, good.
That was the whole idea.
I feel like I'm part of the team now.
This is the Scoreboard Show. If you
Outstanding.
Couldn't tell. Jaguars win. That's why we're looking at the scoreboard. Of course, 27-24 over the Arizona Cardinals in overtime. J.P. Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, Brian Sexton with us. And boy, a lot to dig into here. The word that you're going to hear all week long, though, and we heard it right after the game on the field, resiliency, and the way this team just found a way, no matter what was thrown at them today. There was a lot thrown at them. Well, they threw a lot at the other team, and the other team caught it 3 times. But there was a lot of that going on today. But the defense was a big piece of this game, second half, after those giveaways, making key stops. But then the time they didn't, the Jags offense found a way to get down the field and answered right back. Then at the end of the game, the 4th down conversion, they try to go for it. Jags are short. Here come the Cardinals right down the field. Defense holds them to the game-tying field goal. We go to overtime, and the rest is history. So a lot to dig into here. At the end of the day, though, they are 7-4 and 1 game back in the AFC South behind Indianapolis. Currently the 6th seed in the AFC playoff race.
Listen, here's what I like. And you guys talked earlier about last year. What did they lose? 9 of 10 one-score games? I mean, they couldn't close the door to save their life. And this year they've done it regularly, routinely. But 2 weeks after finding a way to lose in the fourth quarter, they found a way to win, right? Last week was last week. They came out and belted them. That was anger. That was frustration coming out. And they channeled it, and they beat the Chargers. This week, though, they had to take, the good feelings with them and fly 4 hours west. And I think in the end, we might look at them grinding this win out and say that was an important one for the stretch run.
Oh, no, there's no question about it.
To win a close game.
Yeah, it's important for their psyche and their belief in themselves, but I mean it's critically important for just the standing and the record. You don't want to have to win 2 out of 3 in those 3 games with Indianapolis and Denver down the stretch, and maybe you were capable of winning all of them, but you don't want to have to do that and put yourself in that position. By my count, 6-3 now in one-score games, and that includes the Cincinnati game, which I'm just not going to let go of. Right, so should be 7-2.
But think about it now. I mean, the Jaguars, as we mentioned, now the 6th seed in the playoff race. L.A. Chargers 7-4, Jaguars 7-4, Buffalo 7-4. And as you said earlier, if it's a 3-way tie, it goes to conference record. The Chargers are 6-2 in the conference. The Jaguars are 4-2 in the conference. Buffalo 4-3. But then there's the teams that are on the outside looking in right now. Pittsburgh 6-5, Houston 6-5, since the Jags didn't put them away. Kansas City 6-5, but they've lost tiebreakers to all these teams in front of them that are in the playoffs already. But there's a lot of football. Miami's not out of it either. They're 4-7, and their schedule lightens up a little bit. And you know what? There's a lot of football left, and this is far from over in the AFC.
I'm told if they just keep winning, they'll be fine.
They'll be absolutely 100%. Fine, right? I mean, the big, you just have to win this game coming up this week, which we all expect that they will.
Where is the Houston-Indianapolis game this week?
That's in Houston.
Okay. Well, that could make it really interesting here in 2 weeks. You got to go take care of business in Nashville, but it could make it really interesting.
That Houston defense can hunt now.
Well, either way, Brian, if the Colts win that game and the Jags win, they're one game ahead, and the Jags have a chance to leapfrog them, right, with the head-to-head tiebreaker. So. But, yeah, you could put yourself in a position to go up by a game with a tiebreak at the top of the division.
It would be fun in December
to
be in that. Because a couple of weeks ago, after they blew it against Houston, I didn't think there was any way that this team was going to get up off the mat and put themselves in a position to chase the Colts for the division title, and yet here they are.
It doesn't look like we're going to be in one of those positions this year where 12 things need to happen to stay mathematically alive for another week. Right? I mean, at least knock on wood.
Yeah.
They're taking care of business so far.
You just being in this position where you're talking about the playoffs as Thanksgiving rolls around. We were not last year. I think you might recall that, right? Boy, that's what it's all about. That makes it so much fun.
Let's come back in a moment, and we'll dig into Trevor Lawrence's night.
All right.
Some good.
Yeah.
Some bad.
A little ugly.
Some ugly. Some positivity from the head coach after the game, though.
I got a little positivity for him, too.
We'll dig in after that. After this. The Jaguars win in overtime, 27-24 over the Cardinals. It's the Scoreboard Show on Jaguars Radio.
Chelsea here, ready to upgrade your windows or patio doors? During Renewal by Andersen's Black Friday sales event, buy now and pay nothing until 2027. That's 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 2 full years. Our acclaimed impact windows are built for Florida homes, designed to help you save on energy bills while keeping your home comfortable all year round. Restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home design consultation. License number CGC 1527613. Renewal by Andersen, where comfort meets savings.
Hey, Jaguar fans, are you tired of being late to the game because you're stuck in traffic looking for a parking space? Join the thousands of Jags fans who already know the smartest way to get to Everbank Stadium on game day. That's JTA's Game Day Express. Shuttles run from 5 locations around Jags. Passes start at $10 on the MyJTA mobile app. Your Game Day Express is sponsored by the Jacksonville Zoo and Gardens. Game Day Express is one way the JTA is working to create a better connected Northeast Florida. Visit JTAFLA.com for more details.
Huddle up, MyGate Rewards members. Football is back. Celebrate with the Duval Meal Deal at Gate. Right now, grab a personal pizza and any 20-ounce Coca-Cola soft drink for just $4.99. No matter what combo you choose, this meal's the perfect play. Happening now through January 5th, 2026. See store for details. A deal that's a victory for every fan. Gates got you.
Floridians, do you know how close you are to freshness? It's not a plane or a ship ride away. It's not across an ocean or over the equator. It's not even a far drive. The peak of freshness is at your grocery store, and it's called Fresh from Florida. Fresh from Florida is local produce grown by farmers right here in our own state, meaning it's always fresh, always in season, and always mouth-wateringly good. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo or ask for it by name where you shop.
Hey, I'm Logan Cook, punter for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Driving distracted or stolen is dangerous for you, and it's dangerous for everyone on the road around you. Ride with Do Not Disturb. That call, text, or social media message can wait. Choose your music before you turn on the ignition. Anytime your eyes are not on the road ahead, you're distracted, so pay attention. But remember, drive high equals DUI. Plan ahead, have a designated driver, keep a clear head to see clear ahead, and let's get everyone home safely.
Frank Franzi here for Coyle & Sons Fencing. Jacksonville is full of memorable sports memories. Remember Morton Anderson missing a chip shot field goal that launched the Jags into the playoffs in 1996? You know who doesn't miss? Coyle & Sons Fencing. If you're in the market for a new fence, I recommend calling Coyle & Sons today at 904-356-4821. That's 904-356-4821. Or visit CoyleJacks.com. That's COYLE Jacks.com. Coyle & Sons, keeping your business and home safe for nearly a century.
The Jaguars Scoreboard Show. Scoreboard Show continues right now.
J.P. Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, Brian Sexton. The Scoreboard Show continues with the call of the game.
Trevor steps up, fires to the back of the end zone, diving attempt. The ball caught for the touchdown in the back of the end zone. Parker Washington, a 9-yard touchdown, and Jacksonville has retaken the lead.
It's Frank Frangi with a call. The game presented by Coyle Fence. Since 1927, they've been around the block and fenced it too. Jaguars win in overtime in Arizona, 27-24. Jags now 7-4. Arizona falls to 3-8. J.P. Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, Brian Sexton. Glad you're with us. All right, let's get into the quarterback's night, and there's some good. 3 touchdown passes, right? That's fantastic. Good night at the office in that regard. There's also 3 interceptions. It's not so good. No. And a fumble that was returned for a touchdown early in the game. So 4 giveaways from the quarterback tonight. The first interception was a Calais Campbell pass defense to the line of scrimmage, which was part of the game wrecker plan this week that they presented to the team. Hey, Calais Campbell, not only does he sack the quarterback and block field goals, he'll get his hands up at the line of scrimmage. That's exactly what happened on that play. Really good play on both parts. The defensive back to make the catch, Calais Campbell to tip the football. But there were the 2 other interceptions. Buda Baker makes a great play on the last interception. Probably not the best of throws on the second interception to the linebacker.
Yeah.
But, and then he comes back after that last interception and drives him down the field 6 plays to score.
4 of 4. For 59 yards.
Yeah.
The 23-yarder to start it off to Brenton Strange. The 17-yarder to Jacoby Myers. I thought he was terrific. The throw to Parker Washington where he put it where only Parker could get it and, almost shaped the ball, bent it around the defensive back. It was pretty. His night was not pretty, but that one drive saves it for me. I mean, just the way he answered. He was on the sidelines. I don't know whether you guys saw it. The television camera was on him, and there was no hangdog. There was no. It was. He's not a very expressive person facially, but you could see that he was like, "I'm fine. Let's go," and they went right down the field, took the lead. He gave his team the lead back, so I'm going with overall thumbs up for him tonight because he found a way.
Yeah, if you win, it's thumbs up, but.
Oh, yeah.
Man, this is the full Trevor Lawrence experience right here. I mean, 4 turnovers. A fumble could have been a pick, whichever way you rule it. The fumble for a touchdown. I know Liam Cohen's like, hey, Buda Baker made a hell of a play. It didn't look like the target was open on that play to me, watching that. So, I think Liam Cohen is doing a little bit of politicking to boost his guy and keep him in the right frame of mind. Because, look, if you're a Trevor believer, you got what you wanted. He put you in position to win the football game late and overcame mistakes. If you're a Trevor doubter, you got what your basis of doubting him is, which is turning the ball over.
What if I'm just a Trevor observer?
Well,
because that throw that he made to Jacoby Myers as he was backpedaling for the touchdown after Parker Washington's return.
Very good throw.
Big time throw. I mean, I'm not. It sounds like I'm trying to defend him. I mean, listen, my heart's in my throat when I'm watching him throw the ball, waiting for interceptions. It's what he does. He turns the ball over. But I've been looking for something in him, Mike. I've been looking for some grit. I mean, I've been looking for, I don't even know what to call it. And I saw it on that drive where he came out with some authority and didn't look as if he was lost, anxious. He was pretty authoritative on that drive, and I liked what I saw.
I
I'm interpreting it, but
I got you. I think we've seen that before, though.
Yeah.
Like, I thought we saw that in the second half of 2022. I thought we saw it a bunch, and I would think by now he would have squeezed some of that turnover-prone activity out of his game. Apparently not, right? So, you can look at it that way, like, okay, he answered the call, but I've seen him do that before. You shouldn't put yourself in a position to have to overcome 4 turnovers. So glad they won, and overall you get the thumbs up because you did overcome, and you don't have those don't carry over to next week. You don't start with a 4 turnover deficit against the Titans. I understand that, but just that as soon as you got the ball, as soon as you got to stop, you a little momentum. And the ball's picked off.
I guess I just have embraced the Trevor Lawrence experience.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, it's a roller coaster.
The Trevor Lawrence experience.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It is the Trevor Lawrence experience. It's a mental roller coaster, an emotional roller coaster.
Today was like the Hulk down at Universal, where it shot you out. If you've been on that one, it shoots you up. You kind of click, 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 and then all of a sudden it hits it. You go straight uphill fast. Well, they went right down the field and scored the touchdown, right? Got off to a fast start.
I don't like upside-down roller coasters,
I don't like any roller coasters myself, but
someone who's listening has been on the Hulk, and they understand what I mean.
It is the 8th career game of 3 or more passing touchdowns for Trevor Lawrence, and it is the 5th career game with 3 or more interceptions for Trevor Lawrence. All of those, by the way, have been on the road in his career.
Well, I don't know what to make of that.
Including today, so who knows?
Did he say anything about Trevor holding the ball too long on that forced fumble? We got hit from behind?
No, it didn't come up.
I was counting in my head, like 1, 2, got to throw it. I wonder who's going to get blamed for that.
They had a couple of different safety sacks today. That one, and then Budda Baker had a sack later in the game. So they were coming from all angles today. Let's come back in a moment. Let's dig into the defense a little bit because their performance today was critical for the Jaguars in an overtime win. And the Jaguars Scoreboard Show is presented by Everbank. Advantage you. Make the most out of your money at everbank.com/Jaguars. More ahead. It is the Scoreboard Show on Jaguars Radio.
Touchdown at Jaguars away games when you fly nonstop from Jacksonville International Airport. Catch epic showdowns in Cincinnati and Denver. Turn up the heat in Phoenix and Las Vegas. Support your Jaguars in divisional clashes in Houston, Nashville, and Indianapolis. View real-time parking, security, and flight updates on flyjacks.com. Whether you stick with the play call or you need an audible, they'll be your teammate every step of the way. Book your nonstop flights today. Learn more at flyjacks.com.
Is your organization ready to tackle its toughest challenges? For 3 decades, CSI Companies based in Jacksonville has been the trusted workforce partner for leading healthcare and technology providers nationwide. Whether finding the right talent for a specific job, advising on a strategic project, or offering seamless managed services, they tailor every solution to fit your needs. CSI brings trusted expertise and a people-first approach to your organization. Get the job done right. Together, we go further. Learn more at CSICompanies.com.
Introducing the Jag Stack at Firehouse Subs. A sub so bold they had to name it after the team that roars. Packed with protein and made to satisfy a football-sized appetite, it's stacked with honey ham, smoked turkey, and roast beef. Topped with provolone, fresh veggies, and their new pickle drizzle. Order the new Jag Stack in the app right now. Available for a limited time at participating Jacksonville Firehouse Subs restaurants, the hottest subs in Duval.
Hey sports fans, CSX is delivering big wins. Every day, CSX is on the move, delivering the freight that keeps America on track. From raw materials to finished goods, we connect businesses and communities across the nation with safe, reliable rail transportation. Just like your favorite team, CSX is built on teamwork, precision, and a commitment to excellence. From moving freight efficiently to supporting local economies, CSX is always pulling for progress. CSX, we're pulling for America.
The stadium bathroom line. It's like TSA and the DMV merged in the waters of rush hour traffic, and you're in it. No closer to the bathroom than you were 5 minutes ago. Just closer to, well, going to the bathroom. You know what actually takes a minute? Pre-ordering an Uber so no one drives impaired after the game. Take a minute, make a plan. Never drive impaired. Go to takeaminutenow.com. From Diageo, Mad, Uber, and the NFL. Please drink responsibly.
You say there's nothing quite like the feel of the open road when you ride a motorcycle. You know it takes concentration, knowledge, and skills beyond those required to drive a car. Ride Smart Florida would like to take this opportunity to remind you to enjoy the road, but to always ride smart. S-M-A-R-T. Say no to drinking and riding. Make yourself more visible to motorists. Always wear your helmet. Ride in control. Train regularly and get endorsed. Visit RideSmartFlorida.com for more details. Do you ride smart? This message is provided by the Florida Department of Transportation.
The Jaguars Scoreboard Show continues right now.
G.P. Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, Brian Sexton from the Hyundai Studios. The Scoreboard Show continues after a Jags overtime win in Arizona, 27-24. Jaguars now 7-4. And one final note on Trevor Lawrence's night. Yes, 3 interceptions, 4 giveaways, but the 3 interceptions tonight. The Jaguars, with Trevor Lawrence throwing 2 or more interceptions in his career before tonight, were 0-13. So tonight, 3 interceptions and a fumble returned for a touchdown. But the 3 interceptions, the first time the Jaguars have won with Trevor Lawrence giving it up 2 or more times in a game. And a big reason for that is the defensive performance tonight, certainly. And what they did after those giveaways. After the first interception, they got a 3-and-out right away. After the second interception, another 3-and-out right away. And that was when they were set up in Jaguars territory as well. Third interception, gave up the touchdown, but then Lawrence and the Jaguars offense answered and took the lead right back. Jaguars defense bent, but didn't break at the end of regulation, forced the field goal, and then in the overtime, got the stop on the 4th down. So defense, hats off to this group today with a lot of starting players off to the side injured right now.
Yeah, the Cardinals' second half looked like this. Punt, punt, punt. Punt, touchdown, downs, field goal. And after those interceptions, it was punt, punt. So until the third one, which obviously became the touchdown. So I listen, a lot of pressure. You guys have talked about that. The Cardinals weren't going to run. I mean, you can talk about 55 yards rushing. Yeah, they can't really run.
They're out of running backs.
Antonio Johnson made a couple of plays. He had that the pass defense in the fourth quarter. And the sack.
Cool. Yeah.
In overtime. Was that in overtime? Or was that in fourth quarter too?
No, that was in the fourth quarter. That was late. Yeah.
Listen, I mean, you're talking about this year safety has been a liability for the Jaguars. Liability may be a strong word after tonight, but it's been a problem for them in the middle of the field. And the 2 guys you were counting on, Eric Murray's on injured reserve, and you never got to see Caleb Bransaw. So for Antonio Johnson to come through with the interception last week, the big pass defense this week in front of Trey McBride, and the sack of Jacoby Brissett, good for him. Good for the Jags to have him make some plays. And of course,
how many
the
games
pressure
has Murray
helps.
missed now? 2 or 3?
I think he's eligible to come back to practice. I think the window opens for him this week.
If they want it.
If they want to open it.
So he's missed 4 full games?
I believe so. I don't think he played in Los Angeles or against the Rams, did he?
That's why I'm asking. I can't recall.
Right.
But,
October 31st,
he
was placed on injured reserve. So do the math on that one. October 31st.
So that means after the Rams game. So he's missed the
he's
Raiders.
Played 7 games. So
right.
Yes.
So he's missed the Raiders, the Texans, the Chargers, and now. Yeah. So the window is open this week for him if he's ready and they want him to practice, for him to be able to practice.
I agree with you on the pass rush, though. I mean, that was kind of like a little of this guy, a little of that guy, a little Devin Lloyd, a little Gardeck, a little Josh Hines-Allen, Antonio Johnson.
I'd love to see the numbers. I haven't seen them yet. I mean, how many times did they rush more than 4?
A bunch.
On their 6 sacks?
I mean, I felt like they blitzed a good amount. I don't know what the numbers are on that either. But
early on, they were getting pressure with 4, but then Jacoby Brissett was having some success.
Yeah.
So they started sending different guys. Antonio Johnson obviously was one of them.
Andrew Wingert said it on the field after the game. You're never really going to get anywhere if you don't take a risk from time to time.
Said a few things on the field.
Yeah, he certainly did. He was. He's
the best.
Deep vocabulary.
We got quite a streak going right now on the post game.
That's what happens. Let's return. Plenty ahead. We'll dig a little deeper into this Jaguars win in overtime, 27-24. Offensive contributors tonight in the skill positions. There were some key ones in this game. When we come back, it's the Scoreboard Show on Jaguars Radio.
It's here that a tiny newborn has the heart surgery needed to save her life. It's here that a first grader learns to speak clearly and confidently. It's here that a 12-year-old athlete builds the strength to run full speed again. It's here at Wolfson Children's Hospital that answers are found, courage is shown, and odds are beaten every day. Wolfson Children's, always here. Visit wolfsonchildrens.com.
Touchdown at Jaguars away games when you fly nonstop from Jacksonville International Airport. Catch epic showdowns in Cincinnati and Denver. Turn up the heat in Phoenix and Las Vegas. Support your Jaguars in divisional clashes in Houston, Nashville, and Indianapolis. View real-time parking, security, and flight updates on flyjacks.com. Whether you stick with the play call or you need an audible, they'll be your teammate every step of the way. Book your nonstop flights today. Learn more at flyjacks.com.
Frank Frangie here for Coyle & Son Fencing. Jacksonville is full of memorable sports memories. Remember the 2017 AFC Championship game when Miles Jack wasn't down? Do you know what else isn't down? Fences installed by Coyle & Sons. Their fences have been standing tall here in Jacksonville for nearly a century. If you're in the market for a new fence, I recommend calling Coyle & Sons today at 904-356-4821 or visit CoyleJacks.com. That's C-O-Y-L-E Jacks.com. CoyleJacks.com.
At G.E.H.A, we stand behind our members because we were founded by members. So with 0 shareholders to mind, we keep our members in mind by offering a health plan for every stage of life. Plus, hearing and fitness discounts. At G.E.H.A, one thing is clear. Your health isn't our business. It's our purpose. That's why we've been trusted by millions of federal employees and retirees across the country since 1937. Visit GEHA.com to find your federal health plan.
A bold change. A historic development is underway for the Bold City, and the Jacksonville Jaguars and team partners are a part of it. Introducing First and Forward, a development partner program highlighting the significant contributions made toward the transformative efforts to the city of Jacksonville. Thank you, Belter, Brooks Building Solutions, Jackson Electric Supply, Office Images, Sims Crane, Start Tech, and People's Gas. Championing progress on the field and in the community. The First and Forward program. The First Coast Forward Together. To learn more, visit Jaguars.com/forward together.
Hey, I'm Logan Cook, punter for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Driving distracted or stolen is dangerous for you, and it's dangerous for everyone on the road around you. Ride with Do Not Disturb. That call, text, or social media message can wait. Choose your music before you turn on the ignition. Anytime your eyes are not on the road ahead, you're distracted, so pay attention. But remember, drive high equals DUI. Plan ahead, have a designated driver, keep a clear head to see clear ahead, and let's get everyone home safely.
The Jaguars Scoreboard Show continues right now.
Jackson Mike Dempsey, the Scoreboard Show continues after a Jags overtime win in Arizona, 27-24. We're digging into it, and we'll take a look now at the skill positions tonight. Let's start with Travis Etienne Jr., Jaguars running back, 15 carries, 86 yards, including a 45-yard run in the game. But then in the passing game, 3 catches for 30, including a 15-yard touchdown. And Etienne, dual threat tonight.
Since the first day of training camp, I mean, he has had a tremendous year. He just, I don't know whether it's the 5th-year option and he's trying to prove himself or whether he's just decided he's going to play his best football this year. But he has, every week, even if the yards haven't been there, he's just made plays, right? I mean, remember last year, the game against Miami, and it wrecked his year. I mean, he was a non-factor for most of last year because of that fumble through the end zone that kind of started the Jaguars' slide. And it's as if this year he said, this is my redemption tour. And even when he doesn't have 100 yards, he makes plays. And he made those 2 plays early and kept them going. And they kept Budda Baker near the box a lot. He's a really good run stuffer. I mean, he's a guy who cleans the run up. I thought it was because Travis Etienne was so dangerous.
Look, last week Eric Armstead admitted on his podcast that the defensive line heard all the noise about how they weren't getting after the quarterback, and they took it to heart. You don't think Travis Etienne was well aware that everyone was talking about Bajal Tutin taking over this backfield all summer long? And I mean, look, there was 2 draft picks. There was the talk that they were going to draft Genty. Then it was R.J. Harvey in the second round. So the Jags were looking for an upgrade.
They were giving Tank Bigsby the job in training camp, too.
Bigsby, right. Tutin and Bigsby. Right. It was the 2 of them. But you're right. And I think Travis Etienne said, no, that's not going to happen. At least if it's going to happen, I'm going to go all out and lay it all on the line, and let's see where the chips fall.
Is it Etienne or is it Parker Washington? Who's the offensive MVP?
Of the team?
Yeah.
It might be Brenton Strange because, honestly, with the exception of the Cincy game, they're undefeated with Brenton Strange in the lineup.
Okay.
So I think he might be the most indispensable player that they have.
I would agree with that, but those 2 guys have made a lot of plays.
It's nice that we have some options.
Yeah.
They were big tonight. Certainly Strange, 5 targets, 5 catches, a career-high 93 yards in his return off IR. You see the impact he makes, yes, in the passing game with those stats, but in the running game as well. Then Parker Washington, 7 targets, 5 catches, 71 yards, touchdown at the end. He also had a 43-yard punt return to set up a score, and his impact just continues to grow. So both of those guys were clutch again tonight.
What were your thoughts when he grabbed the ball at the 3-yard line and headed into the end zone?
Well, he knew the rule.
Yeah.
No, I know. I knew the rule, too.
Yeah.
I still thought it was a really gutsy move.
Well, I mean, I think it was pretty clear.
He was right, too. He had to catch it and do something.
Right. And so it was like, I might as well try to take the chance and make the big play. And fortunately, it was officiated correctly.
Well, I think that was it. He was willing to take the chance.
Yeah, well, it's like
a lot of guys aren't running backwards into the end zone with a punt.
You get the flag and you think you got the free play.
Yeah.
The quarterbacks go for it. You can't be 100% sure. You think you've got it, and he was pretty confident, and he was right.
But you saw immediately the officials come over and throw their hands up and call it a safety.
Well, yeah, because the one official didn't in real time probably did. I guess he missed the tip, but clearly there was, and I think we got a replay assist on that one.
Even though the rule was there was a little bit of risk going back into the end zone. Just a little bit of admiration for a guy who knew the rule.
The only risk is that the refs blow the call entirely. I mean, that's
does that happen?
It does. But I mean, that's a risk on any play you play. I mean, he knew the rule, he knew the circumstance.
I guess a larger point I'm making is that he's a guy who is fearless.
Sure.
It doesn't matter. He took that big hit over the middle later in the game. It doesn't matter whether he's in the end zone, whether he's just outside the end zone. He's fearless. I like that about him.
And an odd tip of the cap to Jacoby Myers tonight as well. 4 catches, 50 yards, and a touchdown. So Myers...
He's slacking. Didn't lead the team in receiving.
What are we doing?
Come on.
What kind of deal was that?
Right. It's only 2 out of 3 weeks you've done this. Jacoby, of course, did score a touchdown.
Contributions all over the field tonight for the Jaguars in an overtime win, 27-24. We'll come back. We'll close it out. We'll look to next week to Tennessee, where the Jaguars will face the Tennessee Titans in Nashville next Sunday. It's the Scoreboard Show on Jaguars Radio.
Chelsea here, ready to upgrade your windows or patio doors? During Renewal by Anderson's Black Friday sales event, buy now and pay nothing until 2027. That's 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 2 full years. Our Acclaim Impact windows are built for Florida homes, designed to help you save on energy bills while keeping your home comfortable all year round. Restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home design consultation. License number CGC 1527613. Renewal by Anderson, where comfort meets savings.
My husband, Steve, was diagnosed with prostate cancer. They only gave him months to live. That was years ago. Now, he's out there, under the tree. Nature photography is his thing. And apparently, so is catching poison ivy.
Oof, so itchy. UF Health, human progress has no finish line.
Frank Frangie here. When you want barbecue in Jacksonville, you want Bono's Pit Barbecue. You can find Bono's locations all around town and on game day at Everbank Stadium, because Bono's is the official barbecue of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Over 70 years of authentic Southern Pit Barbecue. We are the local barbecue joint in BBQval for generations of people in Jacksonville. Go to bonosbarbecue.com to learn more or call 904-880-8310 today. And remember, if you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
Is your organization ready to tackle its toughest challenges? For 3 decades, CSI Companies based in Jacksonville has been the trusted workforce partner for leading healthcare and technology providers nationwide. Whether finding the right talent for a specific job, advising on a strategic project, or offering seamless managed services, they tailor every solution to fit your needs. CSI brings trusted expertise and a people-first approach to your organization. Get the job done right. Together, we go further. Learn more at CSICompanies.com.
Huddle up, My Gate Rewards members. Football is back. Celebrate with the Duval Meal Deal at Gate. Right now, grab a personal pizza and any 20-ounce Coca-Cola soft drink for just $4.99. No matter what combo you choose, this meal's the perfect play. Happening now through January 5th, 2026. See store for details. A deal that's a victory for every fan. Gates got you.
Hey, Jaguar fans, are you tired of being late to the game because you're stuck in traffic looking for a parking space? Join the thousands of Jags fans who already know the smartest way to get to Everbank Stadium on game day. That's JTA's Game Day Express. Shuttles run from 5 locations around Jax. Passes start at $10 on the MyJTA mobile app. Your Game Day Express is sponsored by the Jacksonville Zoo and Gardens. Game Day Express is one way the JTA is working to create a better connected Northeast Florida. Visit JTAFLA.com for more details.
The Jaguars Scoreboard Show continues right now.
Welcome back. Final moments of the Scoreboard Show. 5th quarter coming up next. They'll take your calls into the evening. Jaguars are now 7-4 after an overtime win in Arizona. Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, Brian Sexton. So it's all out there in front of the Jaguars now. Number 2 in the AFC South, 1 game back of the first place Indianapolis Colts. Currently the number 6 seed in the AFC playoff race, with tiebreaker wins over the Chargers and the Chiefs in their back pocket at the moment, which is good to see. They are in a 3-way tie right now. Mike, as you mentioned earlier, if there's a 3-way tie, the conference record comes into play, and that's why the Chargers are ahead of the Jaguars in the current standings at the number 5 seed. So the Jags currently the 6th seed. Anyway,
and it's nice to not have to talk about what would have happened if they had.
Oh, man!
Because you saw, the Steelers lost today, and
right,
the Ravens
jumped
them. So we would have been talking about, well, now you're on the outside looking in.
Yes, that's not a fun. We've done that a bunch. We're done with that. Yeah,
a lot.
Yeah.
Well, let's hope we're done with that. But yeah, for now we are done with that.
If they handle business moving ahead and starting this week, we can keep talking about that. Jaguars this week are in Nashville, Nissan Stadium, 1:00 kickoff time Sunday in Week 13. The Jags and the 1-win Titans.
Absolutely have to have it. Titans, I added it up. Their last 3 games, they've lost by a combined total of 16 points. So they look ugly, but they're playing hard.
Yeah.
So make sure you have the right mindset when you go up there. This is a business trip. This is not an easy little lay down before the Colts come to town.
No honky tonks.
Pretty, ugly, who cares?
I'll take the W. Yeah,
just give me the W.
Yep.
But
yes.
that is what this team is. This team is. They beat the Chargers.
Get an occasional pretty gem.
Yeah, you're gonna get some pretty ones. But I fully expect next week to be a slugfest, because the Titans always seem to do that. Remember
win.
The end of the 2023 season, the Jaguars. No, the only thing they have to do is stop Derrick Henry, and he was not having a great year, and that was not a good team. And Mike Vrabel ended up getting fired. All they had to do was go and win that game, and they didn't. They didn't. So. It's who the Jaguars are. They're going to win some of these games because they're not complete.
That's right.
They're not complete.
That's right.
Now, maybe when you get Jordan Lewis back, and maybe when Trayvon's back, maybe it gets prettier. But right now, when you've got Christian Braswell and Jarian Jones and Greg Newsome, who came mid-season out there scrapping, and Antonio Johnson, who you didn't count on being a starter, and they're out there scrapping and getting things done, I kind of an appreciation for the fact that they won today.
They may not be complete, but they are resilient, and they are 7-4, and they are headed to Nashville next week. And you're headed to Jags AM tomorrow?
It's Tuesday because of the late.
Tuesday.
Yeah, the late. I wrote the show during the end of the game,
I'm glad
right?
for you.
But I don't have to do it. So
okay, cool.
We're doing it on Tuesday.
You're going to take the day off.
It'd be a great
tomorrow.
shoe. Well, got Jags Wired. Listen, I do this Jags Wired show. I've done it for 10 years. And I tell people I have gotten really good at writing bad shows, right? I mean, good shows about teams that aren't playing all that well. Now, all of a sudden, I've got a team that's playing well. The show writes itself.
There you go. We'll look forward to that this week. Yeah. Jaguars today, tomorrow.
We never take off, okay? We are on tomorrow from 10 to noon. I covered Super Bowl 50 in San Francisco. I was on the air in Jacksonville at 10 a.m. on Monday morning after the red eye. So there you go. We never stop, baby. Victory Monday.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Jaguars happy hour tomorrow, 4 to 6. Pete Prisco, Austin Lane.
That'll be fun.
I'm sure it will be. I'm excited to see what Pete has to say of Tony's comments last week on Thursday night. They've been having a back and forth on different shows. Yeah. It's just beginning. We'll find out more tomorrow. Fifth quarter show is next. Thanks to our entire crew, both in Arizona and here in Jacksonville. And thanks for listening to the Scoreboard Show on Jaguars Radio.